all do battle with the illusions of life, with the Maya. How can we understand these illusions, and how can we transcend them and bring light to them, bring enlightenment to them? When you look at life, enlightenment doesn't happen in one moment. Illusions don't happen in one moment. There's illusions and enlightening experiences. There's illusions and enlightenments. Using a plural term for this helps us better understand that enlightenment isn't this goal that is achieved after working and working and working and working. It's a integration of literal light that comes in waves. One moment you'll feel, oh my goodness, this is the most enlightening experience, I'm enlightened. And then there's more shadow work, there's more illusions to disintegrate. And then you have it again and again. It's waves of enlightenment, and there's also waves of illusion. Understanding illusion is like understanding smoke and mirrors. Understanding when people, places, or things are created in a space of deception. TV, movies, all heavily influenced by the Maya, by the matrix, by the black cube that wants to soak up your attention, your energy. The Hawaiians and the ancient Chinese, the Taoists, have a masterful phrase. It's the same phrase. Where attention goes, energy flows. In Hawaiian, it's where attention goes, mana flows. In Qigong, in ancient Taoism, and Chinese culture, it's where attention goes, qi flows. Now, both these ancient cultures knew that your attention is the flow of your energy, the channel. That's why we have illusions such as the banks, the banking systems. They have currency, current, and banks like river banks, because they understand that they're channeling your attention, they're channeling your energy. And J.P. Morgan, one of the most evil, conniving, manipulative sorcerers that has existed on this planet, was quoted on saying, if you want to be a billionaire, you need an astrologer. So we can't just assume, as people who live in the light, that there is no dark magic. There is dark magic, and there is light magic, and both work. The reason why we don't believe in magic as we age is because of the illusion, because of deception. How easily we can change the placebo effect into magic. Right, so the placebo effect, for any of you who aren't familiar, and for those of you who are familiar, I'll make it quick so you don't have to sit through and go, oh yeah, I know. The placebo effect is something like taking a sugar pill, which somebody told you is this fantastic cure-all, medicinal, perfect elixir for you, and you cure yourself through placebo effect. Placebo effect is believing that you're strong and you become stronger. It's all proven, it's all scientific, very scientific reality of existence. How easily we can just say that is magic. And it all depends on how you would like to perceive reality. So if you would like to perceive reality in a way that is very scientific, very finite, very masculine in nature, go ahead and call it placebo effect, if that's what makes you happy. But if you are truly more mystical and more like myself, who wants to feel the magic of life and is interested in creating a spiritual, more philosophical way of living, then call it magic. Call the time where you eat a little herb and say, this is the most magnificent healing mint or oregano on the planet, and you have your health optimizes itself. That's magic. When you make affirmations, when you say, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am loving, I am creating more compassion in my life. That's magic, that's spells, that's spelling. So don't let people fool you or elude or delude you into thinking that these aren't realities. Oftentimes the people who contradict or counter the reality of magic the harshest are ones who utilize dark magic, ones who want to deceive you into feeling that you're not worthy enough, right? If you are feeling great, and you are feeling great because you believe that your words create magic and create reality and create positive influence in people's lives when utilized correctly, which they do, by the way. You know this because you say, oh, you look so beautiful today. And that person's whole life just changed in that moment from that day on. You say, you're such a beautiful, loving friend of mine. I really appreciate you. That person's entire reality shifted through your words. That's magic. So going back to the darkness, the people, say for example, I'll go back to this. I got a little bit winding on the track, but say for example somebody says, oh, there's no such thing as magic, you're crazy. What they're basically saying, what their soul is saying is, I want you to feel like shit because I don't feel as good as you do. It's the reality of behind the illusions. That's what they're saying. Because if your happiness is relative to your perception that magic is real, then all your friends, all your family, all your loved ones should know that that makes you happy, and they will, if they want to see you happy, they will enforce that and reiterate that and say, yeah, you're fucking magical, even if they don't believe that way. Like a kid who believes they're a superhero. I've already told all my friends, my wife, our kids, when they say I'm a superhero, I have superpowers, I'm like, fuck yeah you do. Yeah you do. I'm not gonna curse because it's my kids, but yeah, like, you are a superhero, you are super strong, you are super fast, you are capable of all these super qualities, supernatural qualities. So don't let people delude you into thinking that they have good intentions for you, when in reality their actions and words don't match up with it. There are plenty of people who live in what's called the reptilian mind, the part of the brain that wants money, power, control, bloodline. There are plenty of people who live in that frequency, operating in that part of their brain. And there's also plenty of people living in the neocortex, the new mammalian mind, the front of your brain that is transcending all of that and operating in love frequency, in a higher, interconnected, interwoven reality. Another aspect of Maya, which is heavily enforced in media and egoic science, not enlightened science, not quantum science, not egoless science. I'm talking about egoic science that just creates scientific this or that for the sake of being rich or famous or whatever. Egoic science shares a view of reality that is not interwoven, not interconnected. And that's the definition of the Maya. Oftentimes, when people make connections with like, oh, I saw this leaf fall just as I was thinking about my friend who passed away, and I feel deep love for them. It feels like they're with me in that moment. That's a spiritual connection and a reality, and a quantum science reality of the universe. Yet, an egoic scientist would say, there's no quantifiable proof to prove that experience, so your experience is invalid. What they're basically saying is, they feel shittier than you do, and they want you to feel less amazed or in wonder or awe about life. So that leads me to something that I'm really good at as a psychic. Seeing through people's masks. What's underneath this? What's underneath this? What's underneath this? What's underneath all that masks that we put on? And I'd like to say that I'm not free of this. I've put on the stoner mask when I was a teen, and I've put on the tough guy mask when I was practicing more martial arts, and I put on this mask, the other masks. Plenty of masks I've had to cast into the fire. So I'm with you on this. I'm not saying I'm fully transcendent of this. We all wear masks because we're scared of the underlying factor that there's just universe within us. We're just stardust. We're just literally this unfathomable, unexplainable, formless consciousness that is beneath this ego mask. So seeing through people's illusions, seeing through people's masks has to do with seeing into their soul. What is the nature of who they are? Not what they say, not what they do. What is like the nature that you can feel within them? It's like the real news, the true news is never broadcasted on the TV. The real news is broadcasted on a different frequency, and it's called the heart. The heart is scientifically and spiritually proven to connect you to all beings, to all things, to all souls. So living from the heart allows you to be an oracle, allows you to be psychic, allows you to see, hey, this person is saying that they feel good. You ask them, how are you feeling? Oh, good. But they're feeling deep sadness about something. And you say, like, how are you really feeling? How can I help you? I love you. I really want you to feel good, and be honest with me. I'll help you. And then they take off the happy mask and say, oh, I'm really sad. My friend passed away and I'm still sad about it. And then you could be compassionate for them. Then you could be enlightened with them, and you could help bring light to their circumstance. You can be the guru. The guru is you. You can take them through that experience and reawaken that happiness through their sadness, not bypassing it, meeting them there and feeling it with them, feeling it to heal it. Going to finish up this video with just the simple wisdom that your connection is so vital. Your connection to your heart, your connection to all beings is vital. Nourish that, replenish that, and be present with the oneness in all of us.